This is Christine with Trusty Training Services and 5-month-old Chloe at Puppy Boot Camp, and she's getting ready to work for her dinner. So one of the ways that we build commitment to the behaviors that we want is to create a connection in the puppy's mind between obeying commands and receiving their daily portion of food. So she has not had dinner yet, and she's going to work for it one kibble at a time. We're going to start with what we call the sit exercise. We started out by having her offer the sit, and then we've moved on to actually giving her the command. And that she is sitting, we'll go ahead and start with the marker word yes, and toss the reward. Sit. Yes. Sit. Yes. Sit. Yes. Sit. Yes. We're wanting to build a reflexive response to this command. Sit. Yes. So we're doing the hand signal plus the verbal cue. Sit. Yes. What we usually do is start out with the visual cue. Yes. And then once they're consistently responding to the visual cue, yes. At that point, we add the verbal cue. Sit, yes. And we use the reward to move them out of position. Sit, yes. So that we can repeat the exercise over and over again. Sit, yes. We're also using tone as a tool. So I'm trying to say sit in the same way each time. I'm trying to say it in a way that I normally don't say other words. Sit, yes. Sit, yes. Also want to be quick about it so she doesn't lie down. Sit, yes. Sit, yes. Looking for her to get into a work rhythm here. Sit, yes. Where she immediately goes right back to obeying after she gets her reward. Sit, yes. 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 Sit. Good. Good. Yes, good girl. She did really well. So what I was looking for in the last part of that exercise was for her to get into a work rhythm where she was consistently offering the sit. And I was also starting to move her out further from where she was sitting with the reward. So I was tossing the reward a little bit further to get her to actually have to refocus more. And that's the best she's done on that exercise. Now, I also threw something new in there, which was a bit of a wild card for her. I told her to wait so that I could grab a handful of food and reward her at the end of the exercise. Normally I have that on me, and so the weight threw her just a little bit, but she remembered not to jump on me. She caught herself, and she set herself back down, so that was good. Now we're going to move into the down exercise. And this one is newer for her, so we'll see what she remembers with it. Yes, that was really good. We took that brief pause so that she doesn't get the two confused. Yes. Yes. So she's showing good responsiveness to the visual. So We're very close to adding the verbal in. When I give her the hand signal, I'm also looking at the ground in front of her, and when she comes up to mess with my hand, shh, I'm keeping it really still so it doesn't become a game. Instead of trying to hide the food, yes, from her, I'm just going to let her see that it won't. She'll never get the reward by trying to take it from my hand. She'll only get the reward by working for it and doing what I've asked her to do. Yes. This is only her second time doing this exercise, so I'm actually really impressed with how well she's doing. It's taking more mental energy for her. Again, where I look is really important during this exercise. Yes. Because if I look at her, it will be more difficult for her to execute the command. But if I look at the ground in front of her, yes, it'll be much easier for her too. Shh. Yes. So again, giving her a clear no helps her find the answer. Sometimes she has to know what she shouldn't do before she can start to focus on what we want her to do. Yes, and I'm waiting for her elbows to touch before I say the marker word and toss the reward. Yes. Waiting for her eyes. Yes. So there she's starting to see that the hand straight up is the lead up to the actual command, and she's starting to cue on that, which is really good. Yes. We'll hope for one more, and then we'll end the exercise there on a strong note if she can execute quickly this next time. Again, a little step toward her to remind her to stay out of my personal space right now. Yes. So she kind of broke her rhythm, so we'll try to get her back into that before we close the exercise. Yes. I'll toss conservatively to try to keep her a little bit more focused. Yes, good girl. Good girl. And we'll end with giving her a little bit of a jackpot there. This is Christine with Trusty Training Services, training built on trust. Happy training. Good girl.